I would say there are three key imperatives that I would like to talk about. One is supply chain resilience, and linked to it is the need to develop integrated value chains. The second would be sustainability, and the third is digitalization. So when we talk about supply chain resilience, as people would know that the global chemical industry is going through challenging times. There is overcapacity situation across a lot of the global markets. There is slowdown in consumption, and there are a lot of other regions like Europe which are plagued by high energy costs. Considering these factors, it is important that the domestic market in India does build a lot of resilience with respect to its supply chain. India imports a majority of its crude oil demand, which means a lot of the basic chemical feedstock that the country requires still are massively being imported. This stops us from developing integrated value chains locally, which is the need of the hour. A lot of our end industries grows, our population grows, we have a high GDP system. We only expect these deficits for basic chemicals to widen. Thereby, there's an urgent need to be able to build supply chain resilience, including the possibilities of building integrated chemical value chains. Now, there are several global examples here, a number of them in China, and even if you were to talk about Europe, the likes of Ludwigshafen and Antwerp are good examples to consider. The chemicals industry has catered to some of the more established industries in India. The names are automotive, textiles, pharmaceuticals, agrochemicals, among others. As India is moving forward into spaces of advanced manufacturing and high-tech, to name a few, the sectors that are being vastly promoted in the recent past, renewable energy as an example, electronics, semiconductors, defense. So these are what we would like to call sunshine sectors, which is going to see huge investments in terms of capital, both from the government side through PLI schemes, as well as foreign companies and domestic companies investing. And supply chains that feed into these sectors, especially chemicals, high purity chemicals and advanced materials, I believe are some of the high growth trajectory opportunities that chemical companies can consider. India still lacks competitiveness with respect to a lot of the other major economies who are dominant in the chemicals industry. We have disadvantageous feedstock positions. I think it is important that there is protective measures being taken from the government's aspect to be able to promote and develop high capex investments in the basics and intermediate chemical space. Secondly, to be able to ensure that there is significant amount of impetus and focus on innovation and R&D. In the past, we've taken those routes which are relatively simpler from a tech standpoint, from a barrier to entry perspective. But as we move forward into high-tech and advanced manufacturing, it is important that this is coupled with significantly improved focus on innovation and R&D. The third thing is access to technology. I mean, most of our chemical industry, especially on the upstream side, is dependent on technology licensing from global companies. Now, often this can be a barrier because these are technologies that are held very closely by fewer number of companies, and thereby accessing them for licensing, including in chemicals which are important to the economical growth, can be a challenge. Some amount of intervention to be able to ensure technology access is made more streamlined and easier can go a long way in expanding our manufacturing base domestically.